SoundCloud might actually die really soon. And why is that, you may ask? Well, if you've been paying attention to the internet in the last few days, you may have seen that Spotify is rolling out a new system by which it's going to allow independent producers to upload their music directly to Spotify, without distributors and without labels, just you and your music. So no one's going to be taking royalties from you, no one's going to charge you for distributing your music. Overall, this is great news for independent artists. Now, what does this say about SoundCloud? Is this gonna definitely kill SoundCloud? First of all, we need to understand why Spotify is doing this. And I believe if you've been paying attention to SoundCloud in the last few years, it has grown so rapidly as a platform for artists to discover other artists. Back in 2014 or so, being called a SoundCloud rapper was one of the worst things someone could tell you. It meant you had no quality whatsoever. It was just seen as a bad thing overall. Now, in the last few years, SoundCloud artists, and in specific, SoundCloud rappers, have gotten so huge that right now, the rappers that are doing the biggest numbers, a lot of them come from SoundCloud. And Spotify, they're not dumb, okay? They are a good business. They know what they're doing. And they are seeing this phenomenon. And I believe what they're trying to do is they're trying to take on the market that SoundCloud has created for that type of music. What does this mean for you and I? Is SoundCloud actually gonna die? And are we gonna lose all of our music that we uploaded there? Well, that's really not the question. I've heard SoundCloud is gonna die back since it started out. Like every year, there would be some piece of news that would say that SoundCloud was gonna die that year. And everyone was like, bro, they say this every year. Of course it's not gonna die. But think about this. You as an artist, as the owner of a music project, or even as the owner of a business, for some people, it's just their hobby. But for some other people, it's actually a source of income. So even if SoundCloud doesn't die, even if nothing bad happens, it's your responsibility to keep many options open to you and work with different platforms so no one platform can ruin your whole internet presence. Now, to actually understand the current situation, I believe we need to go to the MySpace era. MySpace was a social network created in 2003. It was made for blogs, personal profiles, groups, photos, and music. MySpace actually surpassed Google as the most visited website in the United States in 2006. So it was a huge thing. Why don't we hear about MySpace anymore at all? While MySpace was slowing down and actually losing a lot of money on some ends, Facebook was growing very, very fast, to the point that in 2008, Facebook actually took over MySpace in the number of unique worldwide visitors. Why did this happen? Well, for one, Facebook was a better platform for friends, personal profiles, groups, and so on and so forth at the time. And also, Facebook was just run better. It had better executives. It was more profitable. MySpace had a lot of management problems. So fast forward to now. SoundCloud is not a profitable business yet. SoundCloud is actually losing money. They are surviving through the money of investors that wanted to survive. On the other hand, Spotify is already a sustainable business. In my opinion, it's better run and it definitely has more money to work with. So what does this all mean for us as artists? Well, basically it means that we need to get on top of Spotify yesterday. We need to start finding out how all the little things work in there, how we can get promoted, how we can grow as artists, how we can spread our music around the world within the platform Spotify. Now, the way that has been done thus far in Spotify is through playlists. So there are two types of playlists, official playlists and unofficial playlists. Official playlists, of course, are the ones run by Spotify itself. They are maybe called jazz, metal, EDM, chill, hardcore. they have different genres or different vibes to them. And you actually can send your music for review to those playlists and it can get promoted on there. But there's a limit to how many official playlists you can send your music to, and it's also hard to actually land on one of them. On the other hand, we have unofficial playlists. These are playlists created by anyone, you, me, just whoever. And you can contact those people individually. If they like your music enough, they might probably put your music in their playlist. Now, there are some unofficial playlists created by people that have many listeners, so don't underestimate this. If you want to get big on Spotify, you need to use both tools to grow. So, seeing all of these trends, I've actually just created a new playlist that you can join for electronic music. I'm gonna link it down below. If you want to be part of the community and want your music featured in this playlist, what you have to do is go in the link, follow the playlist, and then when you have a song that you want to feature in this playlist, just send it to me. Okay, if it's good enough, I'll put it in there. This way we can be prepared for when shit goes down. And I'm all about that. If you want to be a music producer and you want more videos like this, please subscribe and hit the notification bell. That will help me a lot. And if you want to have crazy good sounds to create EDM, down in the description below, I'm gonna leave a link to my website in which you can go in there and you will see I promise you, they are crazy sounds. So make sure to check them out. Bye!